Like our velvet toy. Let's see down the yellow one.
But as I say, if you do get separated from family or friends, there is a Lost Children's Centre and an information centre. And Barnstormer has been fired since he was 17, which dare I say is over 30 years. The second pilot is Mike Dante, who was one of the Over 8,000 of these open cockpit biplanes were built, but only about 1,000 are still flying today. Now you see Charlie Brown pulling up there into what is called the mirror formation, and that's Helen literally hanging by her toes from that lead aircraft. Now the aircraft is flying in front of you. Well, that's the Maritime, the world's largest single-engine biplane. Bosch is to her friends. It was used as a transport airplane before being fully refurbished and flown to England in March 1995 as expansion.
That's exactly what we're going to see now. Just been cleared to take off. To your right is the MiG-29 Fulcrum from the 31st Air Base in Sliak, so Slovak Air Force aircraft, pulling up straight up to take off, looking to go straight into Is the squadron commander of number 1 squadron at the 31st Fighter Wing base, say at Sling. So you can see the fulcrum now just coming in from your right, Chris. Final landing, bring, shoot, deploy. That's one of the methods of slowing down a fast-moving fighter aircraft. We will be seeing others later on in the afternoon.
The two aircraft on behalf of the rover group, and as they roll into mirror formation, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud to present to you the rover group Aerobatic team 1996. In mirror formation, it's extremely difficult to hold when you're pulling around a manoeuvre such as this. This is a half cube aircraft. The lead aircraft in the famous
vehicle immediately.
Okay, thank you for that shot. Fine photo opportunity here, rover display section of vintage rover. And as I was saying about Allenton, it's painted in the dimension of the Now, that instrument of torture I was talking about is on the harness. There's actually a ratchet to help you tighten up the lap strap and get it as tight as possible. And basically, the rule is, if you're going, ah, then you've got it tight enough. The aircraft will be rolling in a position. Right performs the manoeuvre is very much mainly rolling the aircraft in the vertical and hanging on the propeller, showing you just how much power there is in this little beast. For the torque roll. Now, the only thing keeping the aircraft rolling there as Brian's sliding backwards into the smoke is the torque from the engine. Now, as Brian's pulling away from the enemy, Alan will be pulling back down to begin his solo part of the display. But watch very carefully now as they perform the far and away cross. Now, Alan Wade, who's the pilot of the MGX, is a very self-effacing chap. This part of the display he once described to me as being the twiddly bits, as he's going into an outside spiral, developing into a sort of on-to-back kind of manoeuvre. I'm never quite sure what he's doing there with the aeroplane, because I've never actually...
Beautifully restored aircraft these. The one on the far side with the yellow stripes these two aircraft are flown for us today by Commander Phil Shaw and Lieutenant Commander Brian Gelb, and he's actually the boss of the historic flight. Commander Phil Shaw has distinguished flying history. He's the personal instructor to the Duke of York. Now, as they come towards us, I'm looking for them to do a quite spectacular break, well, in fairly slow motion. So you might like to have your camera at the ready. Break at all, I know. I always liked the early history of the Swordfish. It's 1936. There were 690 at the beginning of the war. By the end of the war, by August 1944, more than 1,700 of them. In fact, at VE Day, they had to cancel the last order of 200. In the middle, see the L2 on the one behind, a difference of the amount of agility the two different aircraft could produce. The torpedoes that they carried would be slung underneath. I think they're on either of them today. Pardon? 326 has got torpedo. Finlets on the ends of the tailplane. P3C2, a different way of approaching maritime operations. Maritime patrol aircraft. This is the T56A turboprops. This aircraft actually developed from, like the Nimrod, developed from a civil airliner, the Electra in this case. Weapons bay open on this aircraft as it comes round. Lieutenant Zander Wilbrink, Lieutenant Karl Traul, the two pilots on this, and Chief Petty Officers Johann Hogesand, Floor Fortenova and Ed Berg are the rear crew. This aircraft comes from 321 Squadron at the Naval Air Station at Falkenberg, and the reason for the crew number was that it was formed during World War II. Slightly shorter as well, but it's also got, as the Nimrod has, this mad sting on the back, this great pole that sticks out of the back of the thing, the magnetic anomaly detector, which detects the magnetic field produced by submarines when they're well submerged, and that has to be kept well clear of the rest of the aircraft. Hence it's right out at the back. Slow approach here. So a little pod just under the left wing. This is actually a P3C 2.5 model, which has some extra improved avionics, including a sonobuoy reference system. What's the difference between having a turboprop aircraft and a jet aircraft is the amount of time it has to spend en route to its patrol areas. The Nimrod has the advantage of being able to get there very quickly. Of course, we're waiting on the Tasso's here, the Netherlands. More than 700 of them sold, so it's quite a big market. And also, of course, they're very expensive individually because of their amazingly complex fit of avionics inside. Greet us from here. See, we've got the windows open anyway. Oh yes, I can see somebody waving, so do give them a wave back. I saw a red glove. Oh, there's somebody sitting there, and there is somebody getting onto the winch, and he's climbing out of the aircraft. Oh, he's upside down. No, he's not quite. That's Petty Officer Gert Hutums being lowered down onto the runway. They're leaving him. Don't know what he's done to deserve that. You can see the bright red end of the strop. Very civilized. Keeping themselves reasonably cool under that big fan. Petty Officer in, Petty Officer Gert Hutema. Lowering that strop down to him, and he just hitches it onto his harness. Petty Officer Barry Owl is the one in the door, working the link with the winch. More bows to all corners. That was just the right thing, Scotland. Back over in flight operations this morning, a couple of...
behind. Takeoff speed is about 120 knots. Performed by the two outside wingmen. And they join up in a loop followed by a right turn, then a left turn. The outside left wing didn't happen as been between his engineers. Now CMAs, where he flew the Mirage 3E. He is 32 years old and has about 3,800 flying hours. Aircraft are milestone. forces are now joining up in the loop. The battery is now facing us for a mid-show speed that will enable to syncopate to separate from the main formation. Watch the syncopate. Look on your left. Captain Ladois is inverted flight. Captain Safford double. After joining up, the patrol starts left motor cover in diamond formation. Flag figure. Inversion. The second solo is just behind. Time to position. The battery is performing a frontal and balance formation. The outside wingman are abreast with the first wingman. This maneuver is also very skill demanding as it's leading to a public pass with blue, white, red smoke. I will let you watch a superb job of the leader solo in the race. The patrol is coming back on your right. It's going to start with a loop. The battery passed double beam formation and is now initiating a loop. I let you guess what this figure is. The last figure, that is a real final break. Ladies and gentlemen, the Patrouille de France salutes you with this final split.
Ouais, ça se quoi.
were expecting. However, after all of that, this is the tail slide. This is the classic commentator's nightmare where you've got a list of an aerobatic sequence and you're watching something that bears absolutely no resemblance to your bit of paper. But still, that's just the way it goes. You can see the speed is significantly reduced now, and Nikolai's bringing the flank capacity. Runway much further out than we're seeing at the moment. So I'd say turning right the way around until virtually on the absolute final approach. Absolutely amazing display from this aeroplane. Delight, of course, to see the Ukrainians here this year.
Very well done as well, very nice and
extra height. You're very short from the seaway. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 rolls on the way down. One would expect to be slightly years ago. Speed is 360 degrees per second.
to the inverted. Hello Squadron, the 33 helicopter base at Fairford. sweater.
This would be really low.
He's coming in from the right now for an aileron roll.
At us,
Ladies and gentlemen, the Team 60 of 1996. Number 5 and 6 in the hesitation row. See, they are doing a left-hand turn. Then the cross meeting.
British Aerospace Aerospatiale Concorde. And there they go. Photo opportunity coming up, perhaps? As small as this. Navigator is First Lieutenant Andy Krosser. German Air Force Tornado.
and recovery from the dive will cause acceleration forces climb up to 4.5 G. Whilst the remaining 4 aircraft fly through a variety of formations, this one is named Diamond. Our solo pair, number 5 and 6, coming back to the airfield. At this place we normally perform the mirror roll, but of course as I have explained earlier, we are limited to positive G, so negative G. 2 solos, number 5 and 6, coming in over the airfield for a synchronized double roll left and right.
Get the hell out of here anyway. It's going to be quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tatto Swiss performing famous and spectacular tunnel maneuver.
Surprisingly, you may think, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a beautiful day for flying. It's actually not very pleasant for a display pilot. The high pressure that we've got sitting over the top of us means that air is descending.
Over the years, the team has been...
2 power pedal, turn, go.
Here comes a photo
2
opportunity.
power turn, go. Pull up, go. Pedal, go. Turn, go.
What you're looking for is a
Lights on,
possible break.
lights on, go. Cross over brake, go. 7G.
7G there.
Literally going with the runway direction. Flight Sergeant Nigel Oroff looking for the DZ and making a left-hand approach. Nice turn in. A quick release of the toggles just to get into a braking position and right down onto the marks. Followed down by Sergeant Paul Usherwood, Sergeant Neil Dawson, Flight Lieutenant Alistair Hunt, the team leader for this year, Sergeant Tim Shepherd, Sergeant Jez Towler in the number 2 stack position, Sergeant Mark Luffman, Neil Brooksbank, Paul Dunn, then Toby Goodchild, Dennis Murphy, and last but by no means least, the deputy team leader, next year's team leader, Flight Lieutenant Mel Ellis.
At the college for some 20 years, went into retirement in the early 90s and was then bought by Bob. See the 2 aircraft now splitting left and right.
I was very fortunate recently to have a go in the
formation. Please pay attention to the rightist and the leftist pilot. They are taking the Turkish destroyer is coming along on your left-hand side in the formation of Delta. They will perform a rolling.
Speaks good English,
pulling up, and the leader's commands appear so precise. Next side.
Yes, this is.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not miss the party. These are Turkish stars. Please look at the pilots at the back who are following each other. Perform a serial rolling. Captain Shrilly. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That's Captain Shrilly. His main wing starts pulling from looping maneuver. Please do not mix. These are Turkish stars. Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention to the end of the looping. At the highest point, and all of them upside down. And they start to fight against gravity because of the high G-forces now they are experiencing. 100 kilograms each, technically and main wings.
Don't miss the party.
Ladies and gentlemen, Turkish stars!
Vicious cowards.
And ready,
Oh, they're gonna...
and... Double cross. Now, following this, they will perform a Kahliya maneuver, like a snail. And starts. They're drawing the shape of Kahliya, snail. Okay, middle one needs some shave. Other guys will give him a close shave. The middle one doesn't need to have shaving anymore. He feels right and smooth now. Aviation, they will perform the rolling. And box formation. And rolling has started. And again, leader's commands. So precise. Now they're approaching from
Oh, they're coming through the middle.
right
That's it.
hand
The
side.
leader goes through the middle of them, I think, the other way. Yeah. There he comes. He's coming like the clappers on the left.
And Captain Shrilly. Close.
He's coming, he's meeting them.
Left. And ready.
He's coming now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Turkish Star Solos. On the ground, 500 feet. Turkish Stars. It's quite good. Captain Aydin and Captain Bozda are coming along on your right hand the upside down vertical one shows his girlfriend's picture to the level one. Level one says, oh yeah, what a nice girl. Is there any more? Upper one says, of course my friend, taking in the itinerary for you. They completely confirm. Ladies and gentlemen, Casanovas! Please pay attention. It's upside down, and he starts upside down, rolling. It's too hard to do. Even level position. Thanks, Captain. Big maneuver in the formation of trailing and box formation. Highest point, and they start to fight against G gravity. It means 400 kilograms each, but they don't move. It's quite good, yes. Coos, fellow! And pulling up, line of wrist position. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain Shirley. Ladies and gentlemen, as far as we have seen, Turkish Stars showed a very good performance up to now. And now the 6 aircraft will perform a looping with Delta formation on the final. And they are pulling up.
No, look at this, Steve, the landing. Look, he's got his wheel touching the side.
Highest point. All of them upside down. Now! Like a dome in the sky from Turkish Stars, ladies and gentlemen.
That one's coming straight up there.
They will have landing within 3 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, with many thanks to the Royal Air Force Organization.
Well, it's 18 months now. It's nearly 2 years since this aeroplane flew from London to Australia as part of a competition. And they arrived in, I think, 27 days. It had never been...
really, if we'd end up 100 meters either earlier or 100 meters farther down, then we would have completely destroyed the airplane in a field of stones.
I mean, I probably shouldn't really answer this, Sean, but I mean, I'm sure some people found those little sort of sound bites quite interesting, but, you know, is it their one and only chance to listen to them?
Oh, thank you, Mike. You do feed me the nausea. No, they could in fact buy...
Check in the post, folks.
You could buy the cassette that contains all those, an hour-long cassette of the Radio 5 broadcasts that we made from that trip. That's on sale at the Sky High shops.
Troops on the ground at Arnhem.
And they're waving from the door, so do give them a wave back.
I only talk about Hastings with a certain amount of affection. I must admit, in my early days in the Air Force, I did fly in a couple of Hastings, and...
Oh, he's waving again.
At the time, for some reason, people were not allowed to smoke. Hastings landed, and birds striking the tail. sure, but it drank off from the smoked embassy. Please. All those of you with the camcorders and want to record the noise as well as the pictures, I'll shut up.
Of the Royal Air Force Battle of Britain Memorial Flight.
Moment based in UK, but ultimately, of course, we'll go out to Jordan. The leading aircraft, Hawk Hunter. The second aircraft, furthest away from us in Echelon, is a single-seat vampire. So it's the world's only all-jet flight, of course, in 1958.
Logistics support, parachuting, training, wounded evacuation and firefighting. The Italian G222 will be a deep wing over. The difference from the previous maneuver is in that the aircraft will turn another 90 degrees in the final phase in order to reach the axle of the runway. For flight safety reasons, all the demonstration head back the aircraft to the runway, and the crew is now ready to perform the following figure that will be a classic of the aerobatic maneuver, but unusual for this kind of aircraft. We are really proud to say that not a lot of aircraft or crew in the world are able to perform this kind of maneuver. Ladies and gentlemen, coming out from the roll.
Large grey looking beastie that's just taxiing forward to take a position on the runway. It's the from the right. Fully back. Tornado wing swept forward at about 25 degrees, so as I say, it's much further forward than the Tornado. It's got no ailerons, so rolls actually provided by the air brakes and spoilers on the outer wing, plus what's called differential tail movement. So coming in now from the right, so this is a slow speed fly past, wings fully forward at 15 degrees. Is the one that's been kitted up with Sea Eagle missiles. In any case, coming in now from the right, wings swept fully back 67 degrees. The Tornado pull up for a rolling vertical departure. I say departure, it will actually be going back later. In the concept and even the shape, but the aircraft that was actually in competition with the Tucano was the PC-9 rather than the PC-7. This first flew in 66. If anybody's from that base, commentators always get things wrong. Okay, so look out to the right. You should now be able to see the B-1B. Looking for a fast fly past this time. Wing should be fully back at 67.5 degrees, just slightly tighter back than the Tornado, and probably around about 500 miles an hour. He's not here. Interesting, isn't it? Right, okay. Well, rolling now from the right, the 7-cab Jaguar GR1A from 16 Reserve Squadron. The same tile system as the Tornado has. That's the thermal imaging and laser designation system, which will allow it to self-designate for laser-guided bombs.
So many thanks to them, to Kevin Wildy and the Thames Dan team. We'd also like to thank RAF Stations Bryce, Norton and Lynham for their exceptional help in providing manpower, equipment and facilities. To IAT 96 Banking and Security Services. The organisers, they would like to sincerely thank Cox's and Kings of Swansea, Lloyds Bank and Securicor for supporting our banking and security operation, and to Thomas Cook for providing a banking service to our spectators in the public information complex. There's something we really ought to thank, and that's A1 Hire.
From the right, brilliantly painted aeroplane. Those of you who've been across the far side in the buses will have been amazed at the various bits that have been added to this. MiG-21s in one form or another actually having been built. In from the left now, rolling the aircraft inverted. Reposition. Cemented. However, that's by the by. Pair of eyes on the front. Some teeth. So coming in now from the right for a knife edge pass. You see the very clear delta design of the aircraft. From the left, 3 fairly snappy aileron rolls. I don't know, is this undercarriage up or undercarriage down? I'm not sure. It'll be in a dirty configuration. close look at the aircraft paint scheme. Certainly look in the wheelbase, and so you'll see the sort of the brickwork impression that they've managed to create. And so have a close look at the canopy. You'll see that there are. It is a two-seat aircraft. To be technically correct, that makes it a Mongol, not a fishbone.
Yeah.
And there are two of them on board. Comet 4C Canopus. DTEO. Used to be the aircraft and armament experimental establishment, but it's still a Boscombe down.
Getting airborne in the traditional manner of raising the undercarriage.
Okay, so we look now for the Comet.
From the Heavy Aircraft Test Squadron based at the Defence Test and Evaluation Organisation at Boscombe Down in Wiltshire. The other crew members are Wing Commander Ian Barrett, the co-pilot and squadron commander.
We've never seen displaying, or we have them.
A truly revolutionary and world-beating aircraft. Canopus is now the last flying example of the Comet anywhere, and sadly she is scheduled to be permanently retired at the end of this year. All of us on Canopus, we hope you've enjoyed this display, which is probably the last flying display ever by a Comet.
Mind you, they did say that last time they came here, didn't they?
Yes, we missed the beginning introduction of Flight Centre Mark Lenachek of the aircraft came to flying today. Actually, Sean, the one thing he didn't explain was why it's called Canopus. And I think you probably know the answer to that, don't you?
Oh, well, it got its name from an Imperial Airways flying boat. And Canopus, of course, as all good navigators will know, is the second brightest star in the heavens, and it's used as a reference point for navigating space. Actually, just to take up the point that Mark Leonchek made, this thing has only done 8,000 flying hours in the last 33 years. It's just incredible. It's practically unused, really, and now they're scrapping it.
Never raced resembles a Nimrod display, this, doesn't it?
I was exactly thinking.
It'll be tidied up fairly soon. You'll hear the power from those Avon engines coming on, as Mark, I think, will be pulling it up to a fairly steep wing over to complete the display. Coming in there from the left, clean, accelerating for a final pull-up to depart. Well, I said earlier that the Spitfire off to join up with
Mr. H. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, he's at the front. No, he's at the front. He's leaving them. take that, Dom. Yeah, just take another. There he goes. There's Mr. H.
I have to say I'm rendered a little speechless by that. Let's go back to the 1920s and the factory at Supermarines in Southampton.
The Spitfire takes off first. This is the latest type of single-seater fighter, and as you can see, a monoplane. In design and construction, she is not unlike the last Snyder Trophy winner, and she's going to be a great asset to the RAF. It's pretty obvious.
Full honours. Flight Lieutenant H.P. Lardner Burke more or less owned this aircraft. On his first escorting duties, he destroyed an FW-190 and damaged another. And the aircraft owed to the men of the RAF high-speed flight who flew the Schneider Trophy aircraft and won the Schneider Trophy outright before the Spitfire came on the scene. This is the voice of R.J. Mitchell.
I must express the very great congratulations to the pilot.
Mitchell himself was never one to make much of a fuss about these things, and as I heard from his son, Dr. Gordon Mitchell, he used to occasionally get a bit fed up with the amount of attention that his aircraft would get.
I think an indication of his feelings about everything is shown at shows.
One of the most successful aircraft ever. And it's nice to have this particular example of it here, so beautifully flown by Ray Hanna, distinguished pilot himself.
Go. Here comes the fan, but watch the rear four aircraft. The smoke comes on as they race towards you for the spectacular. If you're here tomorrow, we'll see you then. But until then, may I present once more the Red Arrows.
That's got a good one.
To all the ambulances, we saw the...
That one's gone on the left. On the right.
To the right.
Hercules aircraft, do not land here. This is an official message from the Seawees. If you land, we will blow up the runway, and you with it. Do not land here. Seawees continue to fight for independence. The government must comply with our request to prevent more more bloodshed. Theories fight for widget rights. Widget rights are theories fight. We will fight with all our might. Free widget now.
Yeah, well, that could cause a problem. In fact, I think if they can't get in straight away, they probably will have to send some reinforcements. Pitching up, banking over. Follow the second aircraft, the third aircraft coming in behind. That'll be bombing the operations headquarters. They like to do their attacks from different directions. Turn your eyes to the right, where there will be another pair of aircraft attacking the convoy to the right. Target area and provide us with a live in-flight report and as to the state of the target. In fact, there are 2 reconnaissance aircraft in loose battle formation.
Before my final, straight into land 09.
That's the 2 Hercules aircraft, and they are coming in from the right to do their tactical approach and landing. So the Mallard aircraft are going round again. Land, and note how quickly they stop. They both touch down on the runway at the same time, and the ramps will be lowered. At the same time, the restraining straps on vehicles in the back will be undone. So let's just see the Hercules do their short tactical landing. See the ramps being fully lowered now, and the tow ramps being tipped down onto the ground, so that the vehicles can drive straight out of the back of the aircraft. A Land Rover with a general purpose machine gun in each of them, and a scimitar light tank attacking the vehicles and the remaining Fiwi forces. The aircraft, meantime, get the heck out of here. Hercules from 47 Squadron at Lynham. And it looks to me like the Fiwis have given in. I think they probably have decided that's enough. Superior force has taken over, and the Isle of Widget will be content to remain within the United Kingdom. And that's all there is to it, really.
You might think that fancy box 4 like that has got nothing to do with natural progression.
That's why the nose looks slightly different. You'll be able to see, as Rod brings it in from the left, that the canopy isn't quite as high. Pilot hasn't got quite such a good view, and the nose is quite different. It's much more rounded.
And the other thing is the matter of weight and thrust. Clearly you can only do a truly vertical
I have to draw your attention to the left, John, because the gearbox 4 is coming back in again. It's not the area that we expected. And off to the left is the first formation of 4 running in. They're now in echelon. They were in box before. Echelon is a good formation from which to do the break. So as they come to the datum, the crowd centre, there they go. The first one is now hit. And the second echelon of 4, I think, will go a little further down the runway. Now we're going to see a whole different selection of different types of landing. 2 of them. That was the leader, squadron leader Ian Cameron, doing a touch and go, a rolling overshoot. We'll see more of him later. These aircraft come from all the 4 Harrier squadrons, 1 squadron, 3 squadron, 4, and number 20 reserve squadron, which is the training unit.
One on the grass on the left as well.
It's not finished yet. go much further, although these aircraft are going to continue to serve at least until 2015. But I put that question to John Fozzard when I spoke to him.
We must face the fact that if McDonnell Douglas, as leader of this team, the
pretty flyers
are not selected, we've closed all the other doors, and there isn't a separate requirement in the UK because we can't afford to build an advanced supersonic area. We're out of the business. They're finite.
But at least you will have been in on the one model that was eventually successful.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I was the guy, and let's acknowledge the leadership and indeed the political and financial bravery of the Royal Air Force.